Part B of the Residential Tenancies Act that most landlords and tenants get wrong. Let's hear from Bida.
The tenant does not have to request the permission of a landlord in order to bring in any guests, visitors, occupants, or roommates. The only time that the permission of a landlord is required is if a tenant requests that a person be added to the lease. Tenants are, by law, allowed to have overnight guests, they are allowed to have roommates, they are allowed to have visitors, and they are allowed to have other occupants occupying the rental property without the permission of a landlord. There are 3 ways that a tenancy can be terminated. Number 1, if the tenant decides to leave and gives notice. Number 2, by mutual agreement. And number 3, by way of a court or a board order. The reason why is that tenants have security of tenure. And what that means is that they are entitled to occupy the rental unit until the lease term comes to an end. What changes moving forward is that the tenancy relationship continues on a month-to-month basis. A landlord can only evict a tenant upon consent by the Landlord and Tenant Board by way of an order. Oftentimes, landlords use notices in order to evict the tenant. The most common notice is the N12 for the landlord or the new purchaser's own use. Well, there are very strong consequences to the landlord if they use this notice as a loophole in order to end the tenancy. In accordance to Section 57 of the Residential Tenancies Act, the Act outlines what is bad faith. And the Act asks 3 questions. Number 1, did the tenant rely on the N12 notice in order to make a move? Number 2, is there an advertisement of the rental unit? And number 3, did the person who was supposed to move in actually move in? So landlords, if you're looking for a way to end the tenancy, and if you use this notice as a loophole in order to end the tenancy, keep in mind there's strong consequences that come along with this type of notice. Tenants have 4 opportunities to void a non-payment of rent notice, preserve their tenancy, and continue their tenancy. The first opportunity they have is voiding the notice within the termination date. The second opportunity they have is to pay all of the rent arrears they owe before the hearing. The third opportunity they have is to pay the arrears on the day of the hearing. And the fourth opportunity that they have is to pay all of the rent arrears before the sheriff arrives to evict them.
This is Needra2. Connect with me for more content related material. Please like and subscribe. Thanks.